This conservation-minded corner of the world is proud of its rich biodiversity, and one of the most well-known creatures in Costa Rica is the massive leatherback sea turtle. Not only are leatherback turtles the largest, they're also the most widely distributed sea turtles in the world. I've landed here at the Gandoca Manzanillo Wildlife Refuge, where an organized team of volunteers are helping the endangered leatherbacks with their annual nesting ritual.
To see these animals, they're prehistoric, dinosaur-looking animals, to be able to be the person that is actually the one there with the hands on and doing that sort of work, it's just incredible. You feel so lucky to be in that position where you're the ones doing that, especially if there's a tourist group out on the beach or something and they're sort of staying back and looking and you're the one there doing the work. It's just like that's amazing. And also being a critically endangered species, to feel like you're doing something to help that. The population numbers have decreased in the last 10 years by 80%, and that's mostly to do with the human influences. Like, the turtles have always had natural threats and predators, but for the rapid decrease in the last 10 years is the human factors, like bycatch and fishing boats, pollution, illegal harvesting of the eggs. So to know that a species like such an amazing animal, something that we've sort of caused this decline, to feel like you're doing something to change it, then yeah, it's very satisfying.
I'm interested in knowing what kind of mating strategies this population has. So basically what I'm doing is I'm looking if one nest has more than one father, or if it just has one father. In one region in Australia they found no multiple paternity, so that means they were mating monogamously. And in Tortuguero here in Costa Rica they were actually mating polygamously.
Now you have this area shaded, why?
Because of the sex dependence in sea turtles while they're incubating, we don't want to affect the nest in one side or the other. Because, for example, if this nest would be exposed to broad sunlight the whole time, we would have a sex ratio kind of in favor for females. And what we're doing with the shade is we kind of creating artificial 50-50 sex ratio.
So the sunlight has an effect on if the turtle's going to be male or female?
If it is 30 degrees Celsius, we're going to have females. If it's 29 degrees Celsius, we have males.
One of the most unusual characteristics of the egg-laying process is that the hatchlings imprint on the beaches where their mothers laid them.
Because sea turtles know exactly where they were born, more or less, at least the region. So scientists don't really know how they do it, but it's pretty sure that they need an imprinting phase. So if you would throw them right in the water, they might miss this phase, so they might not find their way back. So this is the reason why we always give them around 10-15 meters on the beach to walk, to imprint the beach, to be able to return later on when they're grown up. We divide this beach by sectors, so we have C, B, and A.
And you have two hatcheries here?
Yes, we have one in Sector B and we have one in Sector A down on the other end of the beach. We had around between 600 and 700 nests, and we had in total 30,000 little hatchlings that left to the sea. The time for them to actually hatch is when the temperature drops at night. Because of course if you look around during the day they would burn basically, they would get fried on the beach. So if, for example, they would make it to the surface during the day, they would just stay there, not moving until it's gonna drop, and then they're gonna go out and go to the sea.
And what challenges do they have getting from here back to the sea?
When they're going to the beach, of course, predators, birds, dogs, everything that's out here, raccoons,
right.
They're gonna feed on them.
So it's a tough road.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's also the reason why it's just, well, one part of it, why statistically out of 1,000 eggs, only one adult female is gonna be coming back to the beach.
Out of 1,000 eggs, only one adult will come back to the beach. According to marine biologists, there are many challenges facing these gentle giants. The nesting process is one of them. Is this a nest right here?
Yeah, that's a nest. That's a natural nest. There was one turtle coming up right in front of the hatchery, and we just put a canasta on top. We actually put the meta tags of the mother and the internal transponder that the mother has on the nest, and also the date. And normally also we have the number of eggs on it and which leader relocated or worked on this turtle. So we always know which mother belongs to which nest.
And they're way down there.
Yeah, 75 centimeters. And normally it's around 55 would be the earliest date they would hatch. Kind of depends on the weather. Up to 75 days, that would be probably really, really late hatch. And you can see it actually already a few days in advance because they need around 4 days to make it up to the surface. And you will see a little crater just a little collapsing, and then you can tell that some of them cracked the eggshells already and they're just about to come up
It takes
to
them
the surface.
4 days to get to the
Yeah.
surface. And then they've got to make it through all these obstacles to get back to the water.
Yeah,
Then they've got all these critters out there waiting for them.
exactly.
That's a tough road to hoe right there. To say that a freshly hatched baby turtle has a difficult task of survival is an understatement.